What's going on, everyone? Back at it here with another video on Review and Preview Sports. On our ticker below, you can see all our social media channels and platforms, specifically our YouTube channel at Review and Preview Sports, where we've been posting all of the latest up-to-date sports content, and we're in the midst of NBA free agency still. It's dwindled down a little bit. A few big names still out there, but one name that I really like to cover sticks near dear close to my heart is the Milwaukee Bucks deciding to re-sign Pat Connaughton to a 3-year, $28.5 million deal. Technically, he was already signed through this season when he opted into the player option. And now Connaughton signing this 3-year, $28.5 million extension keeps him with the Milwaukee Bucks through the 2025-2026 season. And this happened on Tuesday night. Connaughton's new total deal, including the one for this year, is now 4 years, $34 million. I know a lot of people were saying, well, Pat Connaughton can probably get more money elsewhere. There's a big market for him. Not the case. Connaughton wants to be a Milwaukee Buck. There's a really strong chance Connaughton will be a Buck for the remainder of his NBA playing career. I think he's that good of a basketball player, and he's fell in love with the city of Milwaukee. He does a lot of real estate. He's joked around that he makes more money doing real estate than he does playing NBA basketball. Now, Connaughton, not only is he a key shooter on the Milwaukee Bucks, he's more than that. He's an athletic guard who can rebound. He can dunk the basketball. He's gotten a lot better at defense. And he's just an all-around high IQ player, and he is looked up to as a leader. He is a key part of that bench mob. He can spot start for you. 5th season now entering with the Milwaukee Bucks, 8th in the NBA. It feels like just yesterday Pat Connaughton was drafted out of Notre Dame in the 2nd round. But him and Bobby Portis are now back together leading the bench mob for the Milwaukee Bucks. And, Pat Connaughton's stats last year, they didn't necessarily flash, but they're very, very productive. In fact, the most productive of his career thus far. Had a career high in points, 9.5 points per game, averaged 26.5 minutes per game, also a career high, and shot the ball at 39.5% from 3, also a career high. And a lot of people attribute that not to just Pat Connaughton getting better over the years. Kyle Korver teaching him how to elevate his shot a little more, keep the ball overhead in front of him. That helped Joe Ingles out in Utah, who's now a Buck as well. So Pat Connaughton is a very, very intriguing player for the Deer. Now, he did miss a month due to a hand injury last year. I don't think that had anything to do with the Bucks being hesitant to give him an extension. But as I just mentioned, again, when you keep the basketball high and tight, you're going to be a good three-point shooter in this league for a long time, and that's what Pat Connaughton is, not to mention a versatile defender with a 6'9" wingspan. Pat Connaughton is here to stay with the Milwaukee Bucks for another 3 seasons after this season. 4 more years for Patrick Berg and Connaughton. And now you look at the Bucks rotation. You got Pat, Bobby. You got Wesley Matthews coming back. Javon Carter's coming back. I mean, you just drafted Margin Beauchamp, Hugo Besson, AJ Green, UDFA. And let's not forget Joe Ingles, right? They signed Joe Ingles in free agency, who may not play until, the last 20, 30 games of the regular season with when he tore his ACL. But you're looking at a Bucks team that is very deep. They're going to be very good for a very long time. And this extension for Pat Connaughton only sparks the plug that the Milwaukee Bucks will be contending for an NBA championship, not just in 2023, but for years to come. Pat Connaughton staying with the Milwaukee Bucks. And yes, that is a number 24 Pat Connaughton jersey I have on. Been a big fan of his for a very, very long time. Folks, if you like what you watch, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Review and Preview Sports. Get all the up-to-date content on NBA free agency, NHL free agency, MLB All-Star buzz, all of that good jazz. Again, appreciate everybody watching here today, and stay tuned for more videos.